So if you look at the date at which this video is recorded, November 5th of 2024, there is a certain event going on that I will not name for the purpose of the algorithm. However, I want to say something that's very important. You have exactly 1,460 days to secure your freedom. Now, what do I mean by this? So, I work in finance. I understand that the direction that our economy is headed in terms of being a fiat or fake system, we only have so much more time left before everything implodes. And thankfully, you have been purchased another 4 years of this gravy train before, of course, things will not be wonderful for the empire that I currently live in, known as the United States. And I want you all to understand that when you look at the state of your country, the state of your economy, anything like that, you need to understand that your own personal sovereignty, the security of your family, the ability of you to provide and hunt in a modern monetary sense, it is in your hands, regardless of who is in control, regardless of who is elected, any of that stuff. So I want you to understand that you have been bought some time, again, before the music stops, as we say in finance, or before the economy just completely implodes. So, with that logic, you've got time to grind now. You've got time to focus on whatever your side business is, whatever your main business is, whatever it is that is going to make sure that your bloodline is not subject to financial, what's the word I'm looking for? Feudalism that we are headed for as a society. So this is a bit of a rant. I might sound a little weird, but if you're in the know, if you're a guy who is smart with his investments, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what market dynamics I'm referring to at the moment. Now, what does this have to do with what I talk about every day, which is eating meat and training the way that humans are meant to? Well, you need to understand that if you're going to make the most of that limited amount of time that you have, if you are going to ensure that every single waking moment, every single one of those 1,460 days is spent in a way that ensures that you do everything correctly and do God's will as far as providing for your family, you need to make sure every single one of those days you're waking up 5, 6 a.m. You're hitting the gym. You have your habits down pat. You have your biology optimized. You have your brain functioning way better than 99% of these grain munching folks are out here. It will give you a massive advantage, and this is the time that you need an advantage. You need some sort of edge. And if you have an edge plus macroeconomic factors that will be going into play, the money printer will be going burr shortly, then you will be in a good spot. But if you continue to just sit there, if you look around at your room right now and it is not clean, if you look around in your mind and you do not have a set goal, you do not have things that you know you have to do every day, actionable tasks that you know you have to finish every single day, I have written in this book here, then you are going to fail. Everything is teed up for you right now. Everything is set for you to accomplish what you need to do. To all these gurus like to talk about retiring your mom. But if that's what inspires you, go right ahead. If that's what you want, every single action, every single day that you wake up, every single day where you decide to either scroll on your phone when you wake up or get up and do your push-ups like I do. Every day that you decide to either pursue those goals because you have them in your mind or instead sit back, eat Doritos, and do nothing, Or even if you're not completely lazy, if you instead kind of just slack on your workouts, you continue to eat your fruit and your carbs and all that stuff, every single day that you choose to not be fully optimized, you are letting your competition win. And in this case, you are also letting the clock tick by. You are letting one day go past where you have done nothing to combat the fact that we are headed for dire times, but you have the mental capacity, you have the physical capacity, you are a member of the human species, you have an indomitable willpower within you. So what are you going to do to ensure that that willpower is unlocked? You can start with your biology. Start with making sure that your brain and your muscles are functioning 100% properly by training and eating the way that humans are meant to. And everything else will fall in place, whether that be in the financial markets, whether that be in private equity like I work in, whether that be in social media, if you plan to, spread the word about something you believe in like I do. Whatever it is, you need to have a goal. I talked about this on my story today. There are 4 steps that you need to follow. 4 steps. You need to go get a piece of paper. If you're watching this and you don't go grab a piece of paper and a pen right now, you've wasted the 6.5 minutes that you've spent watching this video. But if you're not going to waste your time and you are not a dopamine fiend that just scrolls and watches random videos and does nothing to act on them, go grab a piece of paper. You're going to do 4 things. You're going to, 1, write down your goals. I'm going to set the camera down and I'm going to grab my sheet of paper just to walk you guys through. So here's the sheet for my example that I'm going to describe. So I have 3 goals. You're going to write 3 goals that you want to accomplish, that you are going to accomplish no matter what by the end of next year. For me, I am shooting to accomplish these by the end of this year. I would recommend you do the same. But if you need to give yourself more time, go right ahead. 3 goals. 3. No more, no less. My 3 are on Instagram, I'm going to hit 100K followers. I want to spread this carnivore message that freed me, that allowed me to think properly, think deeply, know God, have the physique that I want, be proud of what I see in the mirror. I want to spread that to as many people as possible. And I'm going to explain how I'm going to get there, but we're going to get into that in step 2. So step 1, still 3 goals. So for me, it's 100K followers. Step 2, scaling my business that I work in finance and private equity, scaling that to a certain level where the business that I'll be, working on, and I can't really talk about details there, hence the mask, scaling that to a certain level, right? That's my second goal, a certain level of, revenue, but again, I can't touch on that just because of investors and such. But 3, 10K YouTube subs. I already have 2K from basically just putting my shorts on here, just putting my, eating 3 pounds of beef every day, reels, reposted them back on YouTube. I haven't done that for a while. That alone got me a 2K subs. Thank you if you're watching. Thank you for being a loyal day one subscriber. But I'm going to make videos like this that you're watching right now every single day to ensure that this happens. So those are my 3 goals. But as far as the second step of the 4 steps that I just walked you through, you're going to write down exactly what you have to do every single day to get there. For me, I have my morning process. I do my push-ups, I read my Bible, I talk to my clients, I post some, kind of knowledge content onto my Instagram. I then go hit a workout, I do a cold plunge, I post a pump if I'm feeling it on my story. And then I'm going to do 7 reels per day. 2 of those will be my meals, and 5 of those will just be me talking. And then another one here, I'm going to record 1 YouTube video every single day. Let me see if I have anything else on here. No, that's what I have to do every single day. I can accomplish that. That's what you have to focus on here in step 2. Something you know you can accomplish every single day. So if that's just getting into the gym every day, if that's just eating a carnivore diet every day, those could be your 2 daily tasks. That's all you have to do. It's not that hard. Seriously, it gets me a little frustrated when people think it's complicated, but that's step 2. Step 3 is going to be cutting out all bad habits. What is holding you back? Are you addicted to caffeine? Do you use nicotine? Do you smoke? I used to do all those things, and they held me back tremendously. For me, as far as cutting out bad habits, I'm not going to touch on this. It's a bit of an esoteric concept that my clients know about as step. Sorry, drank a bunch of water before this. Yeah, I'm not gonna drink my water on stream, but I'll kind of walk you guys through the remainder of these before I chug some water. But for me, again, my clients know this as step D5, but I'm not going to tell you what that is because I don't want to get knocked off of YouTube. But that is going to be a bad habit that I'm going to be cutting out. So that's step 3. Things you need to cut out. Step 4 is to write out on here on the right, basically just the days left of the year if you're doing for the remainder until, the end of 2024. I have each number 1 through 57 laid out here like a calendar, and I'm going to cross them out. Because every single day that you go to bed having crossed out that number, having shown yourself that you woke up that morning, said you were going to do this, and then actually did those things, stacking those wins is going to make you a champion. But none of this matters if you're not training and eating the way that our species is designed, because that is what allows your brain to function properly, is what allows you to look in the mirror and see a man that you are proud of. That is the crux of all of this. So whether your goals are business related, whether your goals are physique related, that is the pinnacle of all of this. So if you still don't know how to do that, how to train and eat the way the humans are meant to, I want you to watch my 45-minute manifesto, as I call it. I'm going to link that below. I want you to watch the whole thing, especially if you've made it 12 and a half minutes in this video. You owe it to yourself to simply lock in and learn how to optimize your biology. So go watch that and make these 1,460 days count. It's been a very long day of work, but I still got it in. I still recorded this YouTube video because I want y'all to succeed. So go watch that video. Jesus is King. Peace out, y'all.